What's up guys, Faded here and welcome back to my channel for another weekly video. And today I got a very special one for you. This is my epic gaming and editing PC build. Pretty excited to bring you guys this video because, you know, building PCs, to me at least, is just so much fun. You know, especially looking at all these brand new parts, you know, and their shiny new boxes when they're all stacked up like that. Anyways, the build told out to be a little bit more than 2,000 American dollars, but with the rebates it pushed it just under 2 grand. Though I know rebates are slow and annoying, so I just cut it down the middle at 2K. So during all this amateur camera work, and even worse editing, you know, done by me of course, I'm going to be going over all the parts and the prices, and some of those, just to grab your attention, will be the GTX 780 and also an i7 4770K. All the technical specs like gigahertz, megahertz, FPS, things like that will be down in the description. Now some of these parts I went a bit overboard with. Many of you can probably already tell, you know, just by looking. But there was some reasoning behind a couple of things, you know, like the 1000 watt power supply. You may also see some things move around here and there. I actually added a mouse before the build and I was just trying to make it flow, but that's not important, you know. Also, you can also see my reflection in one of the boxes, and that's just me in the background trying to do housework and record all at the same time, but you get the idea. Now before I forget, the OS is factored into the final price. I didn't really feel like going OEM on this build, so yeah, you can take the OS out, and with that price it'll be about $18.50. It's unbelievable what they'll charge for that garbage, but anyways, let's get back to our build and on to the good stuff. The GTX from Gigabyte is the powerhouse of my build, and it's actually the Overclocked Gigahertz edition, which comes pretty close to the 780 Ti, but for a lot less of the money, so I was very happy with that purchase. It utilizes a triple fan design, which I have to say works very, very well at cooling, even under heavy load and long hours of gameplay. I love the back paneling on it, just makes it look really polished and worth every penny. It's even got some nice weight to it. I mean, it's heavy in your hands, which makes it feel like a solid piece of hardware. Now for anyone looking at buying this part, it eats up a lot of power and also takes 2 8-pin connectors, you know. That just might be something you might need to know. Anyways, for our motherboard, I chose the MSI Z87-GD65 Gaming board. It had all the things I wanted in a board, and it came at a really good price compared to something like an Asus Sabertooth. Also, a decent Killer Networks LAN card along with a Sound Blaster sound card comes on the board, which does a pretty good job as well. So I was pretty excited about that. The aesthetics weren't something I was really trying to hit with this build, but it turned out to really fit my build color scheme without even trying. And oh yes, it's got a dragon on it, so you know, you can't really beat that as well. Now the 4770K from Intel is one of the more popular CPUs. It has been practically worshipped by gamers out there with its relatively high base clock and easy overclocking ability. As for the stock heatsink, I will not be using it, I will be using this. The H100i has gotten a bunch of reviews that all really have the same idea, that well, quite frankly, this thing just works. And I have to agree, it does a great job. It keeps my CPU around 30 degrees Celsius on idle. It's one of the best closed loop radiators on the market, and it even comes with fans to cool it, and all at a reasonable price. I got my buddy Perry to fashionably show off some of my Corsair Vengeance Pro 8GB kit with his classy Bud Light and professional package opening skills. Well, this was where I went a bit overboard and would have done just fine with 1600 megahertz, but hey, I think we all kind of make this mistake from time to time, but I've been pretty happy with this kit. Also a bit overboard here with the EVGA Supernova G2 1000 watt power supply, but I do plan to SLI this configuration sometime later, and you also never want to exceed around 70 to 80% of that top rated power. And I also might water cool this, I'm not quite sure. It was also $10 more than the 800 watt I was actually looking at, so I can't really complain. Plus it's got a 10-year warranty from EVGA, which is quite a plus over that Corsair. Last but not least, the Rosewill Blackhawk Ultra Full ATX tower. It was nice and big and it came with pre-installed fans, but we'll see more of this in a second. Now I did record this build, but there's hundreds of videos on YouTube of people building PCs. If you really want to see more builds, just let me know and I will time lapse it next time. And rather than watch us struggle and try to get everything fitting nice and properly and all that jazz, let's just skip ahead and go to the final product. Hope you guys stick around for the benchmarks. And while I'm showing you guys this build and everything, you're going to be listening to the color and sound in their new song Graves, which they just came out with, and they also got a video on. Make sure you check them out. I got a link down in the description and all that good jazz. Alright, you guys kick back and watch the video and enjoy.
Oh my cold state of mind faded to gray, and as I ran away I knew what to say. My rabid need for confidence is like frothing at the mouth, so I spat out, someone help me, and felt sorry for myself. Well, just go and watch the cars pass by my window. I think I'm apathetic. just flat out pathetic. You would know. I get cold, I'll think of home. Say what you want. Say what you need. My head is a cave where I've been digging graves for you and me. Oh, my back and forth coming thoughts shook the words right through my teeth where I turned black and blue. Looking I just keep thinking that I'm golden, that this will make sense when I'm old. But each and every step I take leads me further from the door. Get cold, I'll think of home. Say what you want.